I guess it's about being comfortable on camera and being able to articulate your thoughts smoothly and without strange pauses and being able to improvise. And that's something that I'm learning with these vlogs here. Making this video on an observation I had recently on the culture wars, I guess you could say. And I'm just on dating profile pictures and profiles, and I see some profiles where people are like, if you're a conservative or if you're a liberal, swipe left. And it's funny how my view on the culture war has changed so much over the last decade or so, when this populism kind of started in politics, and I guess you could thank Trump for that. But believe it or not, I was definitely afraid of Trump and what he was going to do to the world. I thought the next tyrant Hitler was rising, and this is going to be the end, and where we were cooked. But it turns out those issues have started a long time ago, and we've been in this decline for a long time. And Trump was sort of a populism peak where people started to notice and started to play the game. And now you get people that actually like politicians. Like people will like a guy because he's against this guy, or they'll like the other guy. And people actually like politicians. And then I went through a time when I actually kind of liked Trump, and I thought he was based and he was fighting for the base side of things. But it just seems like it's all a flavor of populism, whatever flavor they have it, where it's the hippie woke, I'm gonna be nice and save the world for everybody, or it's the super based and I don't care about anybody's feelings, and it's all about traditions and conservatism. But to like one of the sides, the populace that occupies that side, seems to be the enemy. And the people on both sides will see somebody like me that sort of detached from the two sides as the other side. So really classic example of extremism, I say. And then my biggest influences on these thoughts is like channels like Chase Hughes and James Lindsay. They have really good content on just what's happening. It's really the status and the state versus the average man, which they've sort of recruit into their side. And going back to the dating profiles and stuff, and people drawing a line on which team they'll date or interact with, it's just funny how both sides, they recruit their members, and people just find an identity in following their guy. People unironically back a politician. They back a guy with a message, and that's what conservatism, that's what liberalism is now. You're backing this guy, and he's gonna fight off the evil other guy on the other team, and you can't interact with the people that cheer on the other team because they're evil. And then on the other side, it's the same deal as well. But really good to just unattach to that. But I've been in touch and up to date with the culture wars, and just have taken so many different nuanced sides, and knew the dramas going in, and who's fake and who's based. And at the end of the day, it's the state. It's the state that we're always trying to get away from. And Trump promised to drain the swamp, and that was he was like, I'm not going to be a statist. I'm going to get rid of the status and go back to traditional constitutional America, where everything was still on up and up instead of declining. But it turns out he's just one of them as well. And he didn't get rid of anything. He just stirred up the other side of these statists. So the statists, they just want to fight. They just want to fight with each other. They want you to fight on their team, fighting the other team. And nobody really benefits. They do their status things, their empires and their empirical, is that the word? Empirical endeavors, while you're entertained and numbed by the 13th Marvel movie and big sporting events, like bigger, badder sporting events, and backing up your populist status and celebrating, and they're in the background just doing their status things, inflating the dollar, inflating the dollars, infinite wars, and just backing up the pharmaceutical companies, making sure they got free reign, and they're just chasing those things. And most of us are in the rat race. But I digress. This video is really just to talk about what my take on the culture war is these days. And I don't pick a side anymore. I don't have a guy. I will have a guy, and he'll be a true leader. Maybe that's what religion is, you know? You have Jesus Christ as your guy, and maybe he was the original guy you stand behind, and by standing behind him means you're sovereign, and you don't actually have a guy that's your that could do no wrong, and you'll stand behind him, and he'll take you to glory and fix the economy and end the Fed. But we do have guys like that, though, right? In your personal life, and then in other industries, you do have leaders that lead you towards. And I see there's a resurgence in people that go to church and people that take part in organized religion, and I feel like that's really healthy. There's good leaders in there, and there's also a scumbag, institutionalized lizard people as well in those institutions. But I think the resurgence is because people are getting in touch again with the foundation of what some of these teachings are, and I'm all for that. But just completely tune out of the mainstream media, cable TV, populist entertainment that they have these days, where they push their guy, the other team pushes their guy, and these guys are gonna govern you, and you're gonna choose the guy who's gonna govern you better and save the world and stuff like that. But subscribe and comment on my videos for more stuff like this. If you're like-minded, if you're working on projects like this, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.